Hi, and welcome back, my queens. My name is Ashley Lima, and on this channel, we talk about activating your God-given feminine identity and how to use it to become more magnetic in your relationships, whether that be romantically or just in general with your relationships. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. Today, I'll be sharing 7 practical things that can make you a more magnetic woman, and you might be surprised at how many you're already naturally doing. Remember, if you're a woman, you already are feminine in your very nature. It just might not have been activated yet, or might have been suppressed because of your atmosphere or the culture or just lies that you've believed about yourself. But somewhere deep down, every woman has this feminine superpower. So if you feel like you haven't tapped into it yet, or maybe you just want it to flow more naturally to you, these simple yet powerful steps can be your first move towards that. But before I dive into the 7 practical things, let me just explain what it means to be a magnetic woman. The first thing I'd like you to understand, and this is very important, is that being magnetic has nothing to do with your physical looks. Beauty is a characteristic of a magnetic woman, but it's not the main one. Outward attractiveness is going to be just a natural byproduct you get when you focus on developing your inner feminine. Now, feminine energy, the very foundation of it, is about being open and knowing how to receive. A magnetic woman attracts and receives. She does not pursue. The pursuit, action, problem solving, giving always comes from the masculine. And just to clarify, this video is not for women who just want to attract men. A magnetic woman captivates all of the people around her. She wins over people at work, in public, at church. Everywhere she goes, people want to be her friend. She's just pleasant to be around. She can be sitting in complete silence, but it's her presence that captivates people. That's what it means to be a magnetic woman. You've probably seen or met someone like this before, someone who captivated everyone around her. And it's not because she's beautiful, but because of the way that she carries herself, her gestures, her smile, the way that she speaks, the ease she has expressing herself. And that's why people feel drawn to her. She has no intention of impressing people because her focus is on things of higher value. If this sounds like the type of woman you want to be, then keep watching. Second thing a magnetic woman is mysterious. And when I say mysterious, I don't mean she's closed off or cold or shady. She's a woman who knows how to control herself and her thoughts. She knows what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. And when she opens her mouth, it's only to say something meaningful. And even if everyone and their mom has something to say about someone or something, whatever the subject is, if what she has to say is not going to add value, if it's going to offend or diminish someone, she stays silent. She doesn't entertain gossip or even feel the need to say something to prove a point. A magnetic woman is not focused on making others believe that she is any certain thing. She knows she doesn't need to chase after validation. She doesn't need to make you love her. Her presence is enough. Her presence speaks for itself. Okay, ladies, this next one is so powerful to understand. The third thing is a magnetic woman is never desperate. This will ruin a woman. Desperation attracts people that don't value you. Desperation is what makes a woman feel like she has to chase after a man. I've seen so many women desperately trying to figure out how to make the first move or how to get a guy's attention. And the only reason this is happening is because she hasn't learned how to tap into her feminine and attract. Because remember, feminine energy is receiving. So the man is always going to make the first move towards the magnetic woman. She is drawing him in. Desperation does the opposite. It repels. Either that or it causes a woman to give herself to a man who isn't emotionally or romantically ready to commit to them. Because desperation and emotional neediness are tied to the need for approval, the need to be accepted, the need to feel loved. And all of those are valid needs at the human level that everyone wants. It's perfectly natural to desire a serious relationship and to want to get married and to build a family. That's not the problem. The problem is creating this belief that in order to be happy, you need those things. This is rooted in emotional neediness and desperation, and it creates dependency. If you start to say things like, oh, when I start dating, I'll be happy, or once I get married, I'll be fulfilled, or once I have my dream home or have kids, like I'll be the happiest person on earth. It's very dangerous because when you believe a boyfriend or kids or marriage is going to be the thing that make you live happily ever after, you're setting yourself up for a huge disappointment. Because depending on someone or something else to make you feel fulfilled and happy is a mistake. Listen, a family can bring you a lot of joy and fulfillment, but just know that happiness is not entirely dependent on that. Now that you understand some of the important characteristics of what it means to be a magnetic woman, let's go through the 7 secrets you can work on now to becoming that captivating, receiving, emotionally independent queen that you were designed to be. And before I reveal these secrets and hand over the golden keys to you, I want you to understand the power of small daily habits. This is what's going to make the biggest difference. One big event isn't going to be the thing that changes your life the same way that small daily decisions, the daily habits, that's what's going to make the biggest strides towards your highest valued self. So, practical step number 1, be in touch with yourself. Knowing what emotions you're feeling at any given time and why you're feeling them is a huge feminine superpower. This gives you autonomy. When you take the time to really get to the root of why you're feeling jealous, for example, maybe you've been cheated on before and you're making yourself paranoid, getting yourself worked up to the point where you're creating all of these what if situations and scenarios in your head. Well, knowing that you're feeling this way because you've had that traumatic experience can give you insight to the fact that you're not actually jealous. You're scared. You're afraid of that happening again. Jealousy is just a cover-up emotion on top of fear. There's usually a lot of layers, but it usually comes down to feeling unsafe. And a woman who's extremely jealous all the time and doesn't get in touch with the underlying reason of why she's feeling this will continue to create this toxic cycle of false scenarios in her head just to keep her trauma alive, because maybe she believes it's easier to stay in that cycle. What's really happening is a lack of self-awareness. But the cycle can be easily broken by just taking some time to process and internally just sort through what we're feeling. And that's what I mean by being in touch with yourself. Once you take the time to do that, you will be more in tune and you'll be able to express yourself with more ease. And remember, that is one of the characteristics of a magnetic woman, is she's able to express herself with ease. And honestly, when you have that self-awareness, it's just refreshing to you and the others around you. Number 2 is fill your calendar and know what's on it. What I mean by this is I want you to truly organize what you're going to do in your life, what you're going to do in your day. Organize yourself. If you don't take the time to do this, then other things and other people are going to take control of your time and of your life. God gave you a beautiful brain that can plan and prioritize and organize. Don't waste that. Unless you want to kill your self-esteem and self-confidence, because that's what people who don't have a hair washing routine do. People who don't set aside time to take care of themselves. People who they don't study or learn anything new. They fill their days or their nights with a trash reality TV show with a bag of popcorn and ice cream by their side. Do this for long enough and watch your self-esteem completely crumble. Because before you know it, 2, 3, 4, 6 months, a year, 2 years have passed and you're stuck in this cycle. One of the biggest reasons for lack of self-esteem is poor planning, because in order to plan something, you have to know what you want for your life, from the people around you, from a friendship, what you want from a husband. How can you live your life without knowing what you want for yourself? Like, girl, this is your future. This is your life. And in order to attract high-value people into your life, to attract reliable, fun, mature friends that you want, you have to take action and create that in yourself. Listen, the greatest inventions in the world all went through the intentional planning mind, a mind that analyzed, thought of the idea, and then planned and executed that idea. That's the only way that we can make anything we want to become a reality. It's never the other way around. You can't execute first and then have an idea to execute later. Like, you need the idea to start with, right? So to become that magnetic, captivating woman, you first have to know who she is in your mind. Start imagining the most magnetic, highest version of you. Who is this person? What does she wear? What does she do for fun? What kind of people does she spend her time with? Answer these questions for yourself. Write them down in a journal. Create that vision, and the more specific you are, the better. Once you've done that, follow a monthly planner where you can organize everything in your life, only according to what will help you become that woman. And plan out everything. I'm talking about the books you read, the outfits you're gonna wear throughout the week, your investments. Set goals for the year, set goals for your week. Track your progress annually, monthly, weekly, and even daily. People admire a woman that has a plan. By organizing your life and creating a plan that aligns with your goals and dreams, you will add value to others along the way, because you know what? They're admiring you and you're inspiring them. And that's what makes you a magnetic and captivating woman. Number 3, study. Be a woman that's passionate about learning, gaining knowledge. Read books about communication, friendship, relationships, self-esteem, femininity, masculinity, history. Like, study a little bit about everything. An intelligent woman is a woman who studies. And when I say that, I don't mean you need to be an expert in physics or biology or any certain subject. You just need to have enough knowledge to add value to someone. No longer are you going to just talk and fill the air. From now on, you're going to contribute greatly to the conversation, and studying is going to help you do this. Reading and learning new things automatically make you a better communicator as well, because that's just a natural byproduct from reading. But even study the different types of communication, like body language, how to use gestures, how to be assertive, how to carry yourself. Like, those are just as important, because more than half of communication is body language. People can tell your level of maturity or immaturity based on your nonverbal communication. So the way you speak, your tonality, the words you use or don't use, the slang, the cursing, all of that develops more when you study. Remember, a woman who can add value with or without opening her mouth, that's a woman people want to be around. Number 4, learn to love being with yourself. Before you become magnetic to others, you need to be magnetic to yourself. For others to enjoy being around you, you need to enjoy being with yourself. I'll be making more videos teaching you how to become more confident in yourself, how to be a woman with higher self-esteem, and how to develop habits that you can start implementing to make this happen. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't miss those, because again, all of those small habits that you implement into your daily life help you build up your identity and your trust in yourself. And you want to enjoy your own company and appreciate your alone time. If you don't learn how to like your own self, you're going to suffer. You're going to be extremely lonely. You're not going to want to talk to anyone. You're not going to want to make eye contact. And that is not attractive or magnetic. Creating moments of solitude is going to help you be more aware and develop yourself, so that when you do go out into the world, you can communicate better with people. You want to have confidence. You want to have those communication skills. You want to be around people that you love. You want to love being around people and talking and laughing. God created women to be sociable. Not all day, every day you have to be doing this, but you can get to that point. You just start by enjoying taking walks alone, working on loving yourself, and reflecting more on yourself, whether you're an introvert or extrovert. It's important to enjoy moments with yourself so you don't feel lonely when you're alone. Number 5, listen more and speak less. What do people love talking about the most? Themselves. So give people that. Ask open-ended questions. Give them the opportunity to share what's on their heart. And be genuinely interested. When you are genuinely interested in others, you become more interesting. Listen to hear them and not just to respond. And pro tip, practice active listening, which is when you hear what they say and then you repeat back in your own words. Every person's deepest desire is to be heard and understood. Magnetic women fulfill that desire in others, which this ties into the next secret. Number 6, be present. Have you ever been in the middle of sharing a story or something really exciting with someone and they're checking their phone or just distracted on another screen? It's annoying. So don't do it to other people. Be attentive. Maintain eye contact for as long as you can, even if it's the most uninteresting subject you've ever heard or talked about. This is a skill. Sometimes my husband goes on rants about his scientific or philosophical discoveries, and my mind starts drifting to other topics. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard being a woman sometimes because all of our thoughts are interconnected and intertwined, and we're thinking about a million things at once. And so what he's saying is making me think about something else, and that leads me down a rabbit trail. But I have to stop and I have to intentionally refocus and give him my attention because he deserves to know that he's important and valued by me. And I make sure that my body language tells him that. Of course, little distractions during your conversations will happen from time to time. It's normal. And you also don't want to just be sitting there staring at the person like a creepy weirdo, but practice intentional attention. Train yourself. And this takes repetition and concentration every single day. It doesn't just happen overnight. So find those opportunities and be intentional with this one. Master that, and people will love talking to you and spending time with you. Last but not least, number 7 is love your people well. Do things for people that God has put in your life for this season. Remember their birthday, compliment them, tell them you're thankful for them. I always love when a friend sends me a sweet text message or a surprise gift, or when my husband brings me dark chocolate when it's that time of month. These little things captivate people. When someone remembers you, when someone makes an effort for you, it makes you feel truly loved, right? Like, how long has it been since you took your mom to dinner? How long since you've spent quality time with your dad or your brother or sister? How long since you gave your best friend a gift just because? Your mom, your dad, your brother, your boyfriend, your friends. Make them feel loved by you and do it with a genuine heart. Truly serve them with your heart, and this will amplify your attractiveness. That's what I have for you today, my queens, and there's so much more to share on how to become a more feminine, magnetic, and cherished woman. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. I'm curious to know which of the 7 secrets you're most excited about, so make sure to let me know in the comments which one you're going to take action on today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.